I'm not crazy. My reality is just different from yours. Have fun. Und mit diesen Worten sage ich herzlich willkommen zurück. Hier ist nämlich nochmal so ein Volltrottel.
Stay away! Crush the legs! Christ! He's dead!
So, einmal. Ich sollte das irgendwie mit diesem Schocken mal üben, weil aktuell bin ich da nicht sonderlich gut drin. Gott, ich dachte gerade, da wäre noch einer, aber es hat nur geblinkt. Neue Praktiken, neue Taktiken, ein Sammelobjekt. Aha. Konnte ich jetzt irgendwie nicht aufrufen, obwohl ich Tab gedrückt hatte. Naja. Meins. Okay. Irgendwie. Ah. Schauen wir noch mal. Okay, irgendwie kann ich die gerade... Ich muss das später mir nochmal angucken. Okay, wir müssen da lang scheinbar. Herzlich willkommen zurück. Ich habe es, glaube ich, zwar schon gesagt, aber zweimal hält immer besser. Da ist einer. Wir werden den jetzt austricksen, oder versuchen es zumindest. Hat ja die letzten Male echt wunderbar funktioniert. Ist der? Nom nom! Und tschüss. So. Schluss mit lustig. Und es hat tatsächlich ein bisschen was gebracht, dass ich das eine geskillt habe, weil wir haben uns jetzt etwas aufgeladen an dem. Finde ich gut. Da müssen wir jetzt eigentlich nochmal hin. Ich glaube, wir sind falsch. Oder? Oder nicht? Oder doch? Oder nein? Oder Fußspur? Jetzt runter? Ne, wir sind sogar noch... Oh, da sind Ratten. Meins. Wuhu! Ratten und Unterschlüpfe. Ratten finden sie häufig in der Nähe von Unterschlüpfen. Deine Sinne helfen dir, sie leichter zu finden. Okay. Ratten. Lecker, lecker, lecker. Noch eine Ratte. Nom. Wieso kann... Der geht da. Wer du Gesocks. Hallo. Das. Ach. Köstlich. Delicious. Oh, ein Unterschlupf. Sehr gut. Neuer Unterschlupf zum Ausruhen verfügbar. Da liegt einer. Hallo. Teil eines gewöhnlichen Griffs. Bleiplatten. Interessant. Und ein lustiger Tresen. Wir können immer noch keine... Drücke D. Okay. Ich kann eine meiner Waffen verbessern? Ich habe eine Schrotze. Okay. Welche Waffe kann ich denn? Wähle eine Nahkampfwaffe zum Aufwerten. Ah, okay, wir können die jetzt aufwerten. Cool. Okay, also wir haben sie jetzt aufgewertet, aber um die Specials hier zu machen... 10% senken, verursachter Schaden 10% erhöhen. Okay, können wir noch nicht machen, alles klar. Ach, so funktioniert es. Ja, wir finden dann einfach was Besseres. Aber nein, wir müssen die wirklich auf das aufbessern. Sehr cool. Okay, dann... Oh, das ist eine Kiste. Einen Moment. Okay. Schillinge. Und ein Bett. Wir haben jetzt 470. Dann... Dann nehmen wir doch mal hier die Gesundheit. Ah! Falsche Taste. Perfekt. Ein bisschen Gesundheit hat schließlich noch keinem geschadet. Und bei meinem Glück werden wir es dringend nötig haben. Die folgende Nacht, Vampyr. Vampyr klingt immer so ein bisschen wie Papyrus. Keine Ahnung warum. So, immer noch stabil. Und wir können weiter. Ach, die spawnen wieder. Willst du mich veräppeln? Okay.
It's locked, all right.
Da hinten ist einer. Der ist unbekannt. Der ist geschlossen. Sie geht schon wieder mit denen kämpfen. Ja, ja. Wow, das hat sich ja richtig gelohnt, das Ding aufzuwerten. Uiuiui. Cool. Das ging überraschend zügig. Wo müssen wir denn jetzt hinzugucken? Da ist noch einer. Das ist eine große Lache. Ach, wer muss... Ich bin so ein Idiot. Na, da ist noch einer. Nom 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 nom. So. Es geht ja richtig flott hier. Cool. Jetzt auch. Ich bin irgendwie gerade ein bisschen hängen geblieben. Jetzt auch ingame. Okay, dann schreiten wir weiter. Der Bezirk ist nach wie vor stabil.
It's locked.
Wir kommen ja nicht weiter. Irgendwas hier, okay.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Was ist das hier? Zweihandwaffe. Rüste eine zweite Waffe aus und drücke, um Spezialfähigkeit zu nutzen. Okay. Irgendwas geht hier.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Was ist denn hier los?
I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst. I must have more. Oh dear God, not again. William, please stop. Just a sip, I promise. You won't.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Okay. Woohoo. Und ein Schlückchen in Ehren und so. Ah, Scheibenkleister. Und noch das Stunnen. Komm schon, und nochmal gestunt. Aua. Nicht du mich, ich dich. So, zack, komm, nochmal. Und was so schön war. Weil wir ihn so schön in die Ecke gedrängt haben. Läuft. Abgenutzter Knüppel. Ah, okay. Wir nicht hier alles finden. Okay, der Kollege ist erstaunlich schnell platt gewesen. Das sah eigentlich aus wie ein Endbosskampf, aber okay. Was ist das da? Bevor wir uns das natürlich dem armen... Oh, der ist ganz schön fertig. Will ich wissen, wie viel der von dem schon gesnackt hat. Okay, wo bist du denn? Da bist du.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Woo!
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
Da kommt der Verboter
Patience, good
gefahren.
fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat and leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Da hat er nicht ganz unrecht. Dann schauen wir mal.
This poor creature can't be my maker.
Okay.
Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Das auf jeden Fall. Also er ist auf jeden Fall nicht unser Erschaffer, dafür war er zu durchgeknallt. Aber vielleicht können wir durch die Analyse seines Blutes herausfinden, was mit uns passiert ist. Oh, ein gemütliches Röntgenboot fahren. Oh, der schaut so fertig aus. Ich habe so Mitleid mit ihm. Oh, der tut mir so leid. Der ist einfach nur fertig mit Gott in der Welt.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal.
Oh, okay.
They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
Oh ja.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back. But I will tell you, she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Wie der sich freut.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
Das ist so süß.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Das muss schon ziemlich verstanden sein für jemanden, der Wissenschaftler ist oder Doktor.
Then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Oh Gott, der ist so süß, der Kerl. Das ist unglaublich. Der hat schon alles vorbereitet. Ah, der will uns auch noch helfen. Ich finde das mega cool. Ich mag den jetzt schon. Der Swansea. Die Sau. Marvelous. Voll cool. Okay, wir haben ein Versteck und einen Job. Und
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Wie der sich freut, voll süß.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea,
Welcome
immediately.
aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Wie er sich freut, so süß. Okay. Er freut sich wie ein Schnitzel, dass er einen Arzt mehr hat. Aktualisierung der Mission. Auf zum Krankenhaus. Ich habe Dr. Swanseas Hilfe angenommen und werde im Pembroke Hospital arbeiten. Ich hatte keine Wahl. Der Mann weiß von meinem Zustand und dass ich ein Vampyr bin. Ich kann es immer noch nicht glauben. Ich weiß nichts über dieses abgeschiedene Krankenhaus. Jeder hier wird mich für das halten, was ich nicht länger bin, nämlich für Jonathan E. Reed, den berühmten Arzt. Ich muss sie alle belügen. Die Patienten, die Belegschaft, dies ist jetzt mein neues Zuhause, mein Versteck von jenen, die hinter mir her sind. Mein Versteck vor der Außenwelt, bis ich verstehe, was mit mir passiert ist. Betritt das Pembroke Hospital. Okay. Die kümmern sich gerade um den armen Mann, der... Ne? Was ist hier los?
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Was sollen wir machen? Wir sollen ihn leer trinken.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you ass!
Ich lasse sie verbluten, seien Sie höflicher, ich werde sie töten. Ein bisschen höflicher hier.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Qualität des Blutes. Die Blutqualität deutet an, wie viel EP du von einem bestimmten Bürger erhältst. Je höher die Blutqualität ist, desto mehr EP erhältst du. Messmieren. Um das Blut deiner Beute auszusaugen, musst du sie zunächst in den Band ziehen, um sie so an eine Stelle zu führen, die andere Bürger nicht sehen können. Die Bandstufe muss genauso hoch wie die der höher oder höher als der Widerstand des Bürgers sein, um klar in den Band zu ziehen. Ich will ihn nicht in den Band ziehen.
Bring this fading light into the shadows.
Was? Ich will das
Dance
nicht.
with him the dance of life and death.
Was? Nein. Nein. Ich will ihn nicht essen. Oh. Verlockung des Blutes. Drücke und wähle, ob du Clay entweder aussagen oder loslassen möchtest. Wenn du ihn aussagst, wird er dir eine große Menge EP gewähren, jedoch hat das Konsequenzen, sei dir dessen bewusst. Je mehr du über Bürger weißt und je mehr Hinweise du über sie findest, desto mehr P geben sie dir. Aber loslassen, ey. Ich weiß gar nicht, was mit dem los ist.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Lass mal ins Krankenhaus gehen, der Knirch. Schmeckt er bestimmt danach viel besser. Okay. Gehen wir ins Krankenhaus. Was geht jetzt ab?
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
Okay. Wer redet denn da mit uns zum Gucken? Also das ist scheinbar unser ich hätte jetzt fast Erzeuger gesagt, unser Erschaffer ist. Okay, aber Sie hier abzuholen, Dr. Reed. Beeilen Sie sich. Hinten lief ein Arzt.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit.
Oh.
I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Das ging schnell.
Thank you.
Hat er das schon alles geplant?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Cool. Können wir mit dir reden? Natürlich.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Wie geht es, Mr. Hampton? Wer ist Dr. Swansea? Wo ist mein Raum?
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Oh.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Alles klar.
Thank you,
Dankeschön.
Nurse Crane.
Okay, also da mit Vornamen, da mit Nachnamen, das ist... Ach, da hinten ist er. Da ist ein Arzt. Ich dachte, der wäre Sieg. Das ist noch eine. Kuckuck.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden. but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Mitternacht im Garten von Gut und Böse, neue Untersuchung. Okay, Hinweise. Hinweis benötigt. Handel.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Ah, okay. Er verkauft Schmiermittel, Aluminiumfragment, Pulver. Okay. Und wir könnten theoretisch gesehen auch Sachen verkaufen, aber das machen wir nicht. Denn daher wir das alles auseinandernehmen können, wird das wahrscheinlich ganz praktisch sein, wenn wir es auseinandernehmen und einfach wieder neu verbauen. Hier ist niemand. Da ist einer.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Okay, also... nö. Interessant.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Sie scheinen alle sehr angetan von ihrem Leiter zu sein, was ich mal gut finde. Spitz. Cooler Name. Erstmal eine Rauche.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Time has lost its effect on
Good
me.
evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Okay.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Okay. Miltons Ruf von seinen Kollegen ist eher mittelprächtig. Okay, persönliche Hinweise können wir nicht.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I wish I could be sick again. Here again. Blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Nein, ich will nicht mit der
Dr.
reden.
Reed.
Ich hab schon mit der geredet.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Geh weg.
I wonder what your last...
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Oh mein Gott. Oh nein. Na, so gesund kann es ja nicht sein. Nehmen London.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Aha.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of pustulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Okay, das finde ich mega süß.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay, das finde ich irgendwie schon interessant. Was? Das falsche Ziel? Neue Untersuchung? Okay.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Okay, also die ist dezent durchgeknallt. Aber wir können von der irgendwie noch Hinweise
I'll
bekommen.
leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Aber welche Internal Activities sie sonst noch treiben wird und was mit den anderen alle hier, vor allem mit dem netten Typen hier los ist, das erfahren wir leider erst in der nächsten Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten. Haut rein, Leute.